Maker in the double-aught junior, then Heidi Keller in the 14, Drew Fletcher in the 26, Desmond Burnt in the 14B, that black one rolling into the third spot right now. Then Emmy Seward in the white and green 21E. Hot Rodberg way up high in the marbly marbles is that 99R. Then the brat Brody Karpinski in the 17K is running fourth spot right now. And then Peyton Nelson is in the 5 running dead last as of right now. Fletcher making her drive down to the inside, and then she drifts up the hill, and that allows Fenstermaker to come back down and do the old slide job there. You don't see Hornets doing the slide job too much. Desmond Burnt out of Pillager, Minnesota, part of the Get In Free program here tonight. Hot Rod pulling to the inside, and that is not going to do anything good for his points. And I don't see much wrong with that car, but was running way up high, and so maybe there is a little something wrong with it. Not turning good for sure. Burnt to the point. Then it is still Fenstermaker and Fletcher, and then Krapinski in the 17K. Down into 3. Drew's able to get all of that speed down the straightaways, but she's just not able to get it turned so good. Coming into 1 and 3. Desmond, and I don't recall Desmond being here at all this season, and so coming out making his 2014 debut, and man, oh man, the dude is just ripping him off here. Fletcher gets around Fenstermaker a lap ago and has put a good 10, 12 car lengths on and is reeling in Burnt in a quick hurry. So this time, 3 to go, I believe. It'll be Burnt, Fletcher, Fenstermaker, Krapinski, Keller in the 14. The silver and blue 14 is Heidi Keller. And then the 5 machine of Peyton Nelson. And I stand corrected. That was 2 to go last time. This will be 1 to go. For Desmond, Fletcher. And look at the battle back here for third spot as Krapinski gets up and around the double-aught of Fenstermaker. And Fletcher gets up in the loose stuff and drifts way up the hill again. And these guys not used to having this kind of a slick track like this. Burnt gets hung up a little bit behind Emmy in the 21, but it's not going to be enough to slow him down and get the win in that 14 car here in heat number 1 of your Thrivent Financial for Lutheran. Krapinski goes down to the inside, but then drifts up high. Krapinski, a little bit of a rub coming down out of turn 2. Fletcher, with all of that Acura power, drives down into turn number 1. Keller up on the high side. Krapinski gets in, bounces off Keller, comes down to the inside. Then 14 of Burnt has to check up. Hot Rod up on the outside. He's passed 2, maybe 3. Nope, just 2. Coming out of 2. Down to the inside. The missile launches herself up into the lead, gets around Fenstermaker, Krapinski, Burnt, and Berg. They're your top 5 as they run right now. Hot Rod looking for just a tiny little spot to get around the 17K and the 14. They touch just a little bit going down into 1, and Hot Rod blows past the 17K and down into 3. Fenstermaker gives, they're beating and banging coming out of 3. Burnt and Fenstermaker, and maybe a little bit of a tire rub there for the 0-0 car, as those two now rips the whole bumper off. That's lightening the car up. Should go a little faster now, that 0-0 car. Hot Rod, he's got the best seat in the house for all of that. He's come from dead last to third place in just under 3 or 4 laps. Burnt bouncing off now, and then Fenstermaker comes from way up on the top of the track. Looking him over, Jonesy says, I think we can race. And up to the top goes Hot Rod, and he gets a great jump. And down to the inside, little bumper tag. Fletcher will drag race them all out. Look at the gap she puts on him down the straightaway. Hot Rod dives to the inside, gets a little bit of Burnt's bumper, and Hot Rod, oh, he puts a bumper to the inside of Fletcher. Drew says, I'm out of here, and drag races him down the straightaway. Up to the high side again goes the 99 Ara Berg. Burnt to the inside, takes back the second spot, and they'll go door to door again, down into 3. The Brat Krupinski in the 4th spot. Then it is the 5 of Nelson, then Keller, and then Seward. Rod drifts up high. Oh, and they're going to be too deep to the inside of him. He gives up the second spot a little bit. Krupinski follows Berg on the outside. He drifts way down to the inside. That's a sweet line by Brody Krupinski right there as he drifts way up high on the straightaway and then arcs it. Look at that 17K car. He's way to the outside entering and then drifts down. He threads the needle between the 99 and the 14 as Hot Rod got way up into the marbles. That's too high, my little softball buddy. Missile up front and digging hard, stretching that lead over Desmond Burnt in the 14, Krupinski in the 17, and Brody still doing that line right to the tires in the middle of the turn and then out to the outside wall on the exit of 2 and 4. If you're a new driver, Brody could give you tips on how to arc a turn because he is making that thing work. And he doesn't have the fastest car out here, folks, not by a long shot, but he is making up ground in a hurry by driving the proper line. He does not have to let up on that throttle at all. Way out high, arcs it in to the bottom of the track. Oh, too much speed right there through the middle as he gets into the 14 of Desmond. Causes Desmond to look over his shoulder. Nothing ever is good behind you in a race, Desmond. Keep your eyes front. Next guys coming up after our Hornets here, our super stock feature. So those guys are getting lined up right now in the pits. Coming down, 2 to go this time by for Fletcher, Burnt, Krupinski, and Berg. They're your top 4. Then some distance back, it's Nelson, Keller, and then Seward a long ways back in her little white neon. And maybe we'll be getting lapped here. Nope, 1 lap to go. She'll hold it off and stay on that lead lap. Fletcher, Burnt, Krupinski, and Berg with 1 to go. All of them choosing their line down into 1, drag racing down the backstretch. And it'll be Emmy Seward up in front of the 26. And look at, here comes Desmond Burnt. Is the lapper going to make the difference in the outcome of the race? No. Artificial drama delivered. Drew the Missile Fletcher gets the win. Desmond Burnt gets second. Krupinski gets third. And Hot Rod Berg comes in to the 4th spot. And that was your Thrivent Financial for Lutheran's Hornet class. Drew Fletcher, the Sundrop, Fletcher Trucking Incorporated, Fletcher Leasing, and Highway 18 Collision Center, as well as Fletcher Landscape Supply, all on that number 26 Drew Fletcher car. Your second place car, Desmond Burnt. He is sponsored by... Look at Desmond coming down to give a little thumbs up here. The Jennifer Jansen Plexus Slim Cyrus Auto Parts out of Pillager, Minnesota. Desmond giving a little thumbs up there, says good job. And we get all Axel and Laura, our junior fan, our pageant girls. There's the Missile. Give her a hand as she climbs out of her win. She is your points leader by quite a bit over Rod Berg. Drew with 370 coming in tonight. Rod with 354. So quite the gap there in the points for Fletcher. And this her last year in the Hornets, is next year jumping up into the Midwest Modified class. And so give her a hand, folks. Winning here on